Hi guys, today's video is a follow-up from yesterday's video where we talked about the hidden tax of Olympus DAO forks. And after that video, got a lot of questions, a lot of questions, a lot of misconceptions, a lot of people asking stuff. And in this video, I just want to answer some of the most common questions. And the big one is, can I give you a way to simply understand when to bond and when to stake? And I think I can. We've got a method that you can use to just quickly and simply, without doubt, know when it's best to bond and when it's best to stake. So without further ado, I'm going to get into using Wonderland here as an example. Down here with the minting. So minting and bonding, remember, the same thing. Now, if you want to learn more about minting or bonding, definitely one way to sort of understand it is to actually read the documentation, right? You can definitely do that, and I'll link this down below, and you can read this description. Another way, and after you've watched this video, would be to actually just use it yourself, right? I actually think this is the best way. It's quite clear from on many of the questions that there's a lot of people who were querying things, and I could tell from the question they'd never actually minted or bonded before, right? Now, the way to solve that is to just take like $10 and go and mint, right? You just test it. Now, with all of DeFi, that's what you should be doing, right? Like, DeFi rewards you for being early. They reward you for testing out new protocols. And yes, you can watch videos, you can read documentations, you can speak to friends, but if you actually just use and interact with the protocols, it really solidifies your understanding. You've got to get your hands dirty, right? And it makes you a better investor, right? And you have some fun as well, right? But second point here is about these rates, right? The rates on the minting. Some people were asking about these, and it actually was clear that many people didn't realize these rates change. They're dynamic. They change over time. So when you bond or stake with a large amount, let's say, then that should reduce the rate. Over time, they should go up, and then as people bond, they go down. Yeah. So it's like an auction system, actually, is how it works. But you can see here, this is 8%, but that could change. That won't be the same tomorrow. It won't be the same in an hour, probably. It might even change while I'm recording this video. It's quite possible. So if we take this as an example with time and min, which is an LP token, right? Next point I want to bring up is that some people are asking about, bonding LP tokens. They're saying, well, if I go into Trader Joe and I make this LP token and I go and bond with it, okay, this one's time min, but so what? It's the same, it's, LP token that I need to worry about impermanent loss, right? Over this 5-day period, the ratio of the prices might change, and then I get exposed to permanent loss. That's not true, because what actually happens is you create the LP token, and then the moment that you mint it, you basically give it to the protocol, and then they need to worry about impermanent loss, but you don't. You guarantee that when you mint it, that you get the protocol's token at this price. You're locking in this price. You should be paying this price, right? But you're not. You're paying this price. Hang on, this is different. Why is this higher than this? Mint price, this one should be lower. Hang on, why is that? That's a bit weird. Let me just look at this again. Yeah, okay, that's better. The mint price here should be lower than the actual price, right? So yeah, you're locking in this price for like and it's been given to you for over 5 days, right? So 20% day 1, 40% day 2, and so on and so on. It unlocks, yeah? And it's kind of like a futures contract in that respect, yeah? But certainly impermanent loss is not something you need to worry about. So there's a couple of questions out the way that people are asking. Another point I want to bring up with this is with these calculations that I'm going to show later on, and then also in general, I don't think transaction fees actually make that big a difference unless you're on Ethereum, right? If you're on Ethereum, then yeah, definitely you need to think about gas. If you're on Arbitrum, you probably need to think about gas as well. But any other platform that has own forks on it right now, Phantom, Harmony, Avalanche, Solana, whatever, like the transaction fees are so low. And really, if you're using these, you know, I'm assuming that you're at least putting in like over $1,000, right? I think that's the minimum that, you know, you're probably investing. And what, you know, even at $1,000, like transaction fees are not, they're kind of a rounding error. They're not really that something that you want to worry about that much. Okay, so I don't think you want to worry about that when you're trying to make your calculations. Okay, for the next part, first off, I want to give a shout out to Kai. Kai is in the alpha only Discord, and Discord's going well. Discord's going well. We've got 1,470 people in the Discord as of recording this video right now. Kai is one of them, and Kai shared this Excel spreadsheet that I'm going to use today. I think it's really good. So shout out to Kai. Thank you for creating this. And actually, it's not just Kai, but there's lots of people sharing good stuff in the Discord. The community's starting to build, and it's like it's pretty cool. I read it every day, and definitely I do pick up stuff, and I try to share in there as well. So yeah, thank you to Kai. And this is what Kai shared, which looks complicated at first. I looked at this and originally, and I was kind of like, oh, you know, what's going on? Like, this is, I had to work it out. And it's actually a lot simpler than I thought. Essentially, all that matters is these yellow boxes. You need to input a value here, you need to input a value here, and then you need to input the values here, which is basically 3 values. And then it tells you stake or mint, right? Just no brainer, right? That's all you need to do. This is what you're asking for in the questions, right? This is the way. You just put a number in here, you put a number in here, you put a number in here, and then you look at this, right? Could not be more simple. So I'll just demonstrate it with Spartacus, right? Spartacus here on Phantom. You take the APY, which is 3.3 million right now, put it in here, drag it down. Okay, these are all the APYs now. That's one thing. Okay, the mint discount and the mint price. So you get that from here, right? So which one we're going to use? We'll use this LP token. Wait for it to load because it's takes a little while. There we go. Okay, so the bond price is this. This is the bond price or the mint price. So I put that in there. And then the mint discount. Discount is the ROI. Put that in there. Bam. So the answer is mint. You want to mint. Right now on Spartacus, it doesn't make sense to stake. You want to mint. Right? Now, this assumes, rather, that you claim at the end of every day for the 5-day vesting period, distributed linearly. Sorry, can't get my words out today. So in this example here, I've got DAI. I've actually bonded some DAI here as an example, and you can see most of it's pending, but I got some claimable. So it's assuming that you come in once per day and you claim, and then you restake that claim. Yeah. Otherwise, calculations be a bit different. It's not assuming that you come in every 8 hours, right? It's not that crazy. Just once a day. I think that's reasonable. Okay. Let's use another example, which is Piggy Bank. Piggy Bank's on Avalanche. Piggy Bank's a very interesting unfork because they've been fudded very hard, very, very hard There is a lot of FUD around this protocol right now, and to the extent that their market cap is $1 million and their treasury is 2 million. Right, so there's actually a 50% difference now between the market. That's kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie, that's kind of crazy. It shows just a complete lack of faith actually in this protocol. But I think it's, so far, to be fair to Piggy Bank, they have not rugged. They are going, they have 2 million in their treasury, and we shall see. I don't think we should judge Piggy Bank yet, although many people have. But I think, given the benefit of the doubt so far, Piggy Bank has not rugged. There's many that have, but Piggy Bank is not one of them as of recording this video. But certainly it's very interesting that an own fork could have a market cap of 1 million and treasury of 2 million. That's, they could potentially buy back their tokens, I think, somehow. Like, if they wanted to shut it down, they could reimburse the token holders, every dollar with $2, I guess. Like, there's probably a way to do that, right? So, yeah, we'll have to see how this one goes. But anyway, let's take their example here. So we'll just plug in these numbers. The ROI is basically 4%. The mint price is here, 71. It's interesting because it worked, because it just needs those two numbers and it can actually work out the market price from that, right? And then we need the APY, which is here. Plug that in. There. Shove that down here. Okay, and then come back. Stake. Right, the answer is stake. You don't want to mint, right? You can kind of guess that, right? Like, because the premium here is 4%, right? But the 5-day ROI is 16%, right? So there's a big difference there. So, but here you confirmed it, right? They've done the calculations for you and it's automated. And you can see that actually Kai's done this like nice diagram here to also sort of like show the process and the difference. So you can look at that as well. All right, so we've demoed it twice. Final point I want to make is about this. This is Penguin Finance. So some people were commenting on the video yesterday and saying, actually, Penguin Finance, which is on Avalanche, will in the future have a product which enables to automate this process. So I'll just read this brief description from a Medium article of Penguin Finance. As if Wonderland wasn't magical enough, we're optimizing your time memo returns through a very complex and next-gen Igloo. Igloo is like a pool for this protocol that will switch between bonding and staking strategies back and forth depending on what generated the most ROI. Tailored for true optimizers, this Igloo will significantly increase your returns. We expect APIs to be 10 to 40% higher. Yeah, so that's great. When that comes out, it will just automate this. But you see here, we expect the APIs to be 10 to 40% higher. That really shows the difference here. Like, if you actually spend the time to optimize this and work out, is it better to mint or bond? Sorry, mint or stake? Then you actually do get a quite significant return, right, over time. So it is worth doing, but hopefully this will be optimized. Now, I don't think this is going to be ready tomorrow. I don't think this will be ready next week. It seems to be something that could take a bit of time. We'll have to see, but it's good news. And it's also good news because if Penguin Finance is doing this, I imagine other people are also thinking about doing this, because this could be a great way to drive traffic to Penguin Finance or any other protocol that offers a service like this. So hopefully all the chains will have this kind of service available in the future, and then we won't need to worry about any of this. We'll have to see. Anyway, that's it for this video. Like and subscribe and get on the Discord, follow on Twitter. Have a great day. I'll see you on the next video. Take care, guys.